Hi y'all, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to explain what Dragon Age Veilguard is, and give my first impression of the game. The game takes about 60 hours to finish. You can also easily play it on the Steam Deck, although I have to say that dodge and parry indicators can become a bit unreadable at times, which isn't very helpful. I know I'm very late with any type of video, but I had to, of course, buy the game on release. So, here we go. In Veilguard, you step into the shoes of a new hero as the Veil. The mystical barrier between Thedas and the Fade begins to fray and unleash untold chaos. Your mission is to navigate treacherous alliances and face formidable foes to protect the world from collapsing into chaos. It's an action RPG, a follow-up to Dragon Age Inquisition, which is now 10 years old. It's party-based, but you only control the abilities of your party members, nothing else. It feels more tactical than you would expect from the trailers, which has to do with the combat system that I'll get into later. You can pick Rogue, Warrior, or Mage, and there are 3 specializations per class. The skill trees are quite extensive. This is the type of game where the story and the conversations with your party members play a huge role. You will develop friendships, and if you want, deeper relationships with them along the way. I do think that if you don't care for stories in RPGs, this might not be the one for you. No long and annoying call to action, but please do like and subscribe. It's not an open world game, it's linear, but later you access bigger zones with some room to discover stuff. In between, you will travel back to your base where you can talk with your party members and do some crafting, for example. The combat system is definitely not like God of War, as I've seen in some reviews. Yes, there is blocking, parrying, and dodging, but God of War is almost a brawler action game, while this is still a typical action RPG. It's not as action-oriented as Kingdoms of Amalur. It's closer to the combat system of the first Greedfall, but more polished. Even though it's action-based, it's still quite deliberate, with lots of room for tactics. I know tons of people are worried about only having 3 skills, but many actions are mapped to normal buttons. For example, if you keep aiming with your bow, you automatically charge an attack, and you can upgrade that. This used to be a skill in the last Dragon Age. As I said, you can still use the skills of your party members, and especially on higher difficulty levels. You need to use those due to the synergies they have. This combined with the more deliberate feel of the combat system makes it feel quite tactical. Let me summarize before I share my first impression. Dragon Age Veilguard is a linear, story-focused action RPG with open zones, deliberate tactical combat, and extensive build crafting. I'm having a lot of fun with it so far. The combat feels good, and it's surprisingly impactful. The audio is really well done in that sense. Even though it's action-oriented, you need to really think about what you're doing. You can't just button mash, which I really like. The cutscenes border on the uncanny valley, but I don't mind that because I really appreciate what they're trying to do, especially in the opening. The game looks great. I know a lot of people don't like this art style, but I do. It's also very well optimized and runs smoothly. The only thing that feels a little weird is that your character is already known to others at the start, while you don't know your character, but you do know your party members. However, that's a minor complaint. I can't wait to play further, and I'll definitely make a few more videos about it. That's it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.